forgot about these pictures, you know that? You know where that's at, don't you?
This is out
That's across the street from Uncle Frank's.
Oakley. This is out in where my mother was born, out in that area.
Now we're home. Now we're in my mother and dad's backyard. I don't know if Dad was just going to work or just come home from work. My dad was a conductor on the Union Pacific Railroad.
That's your whole family there.
Yeah, that's all of us.
Family.
Except Edith. Oh, Edith's there too.
Yes. Harold and Edith, and it's Grandpa and Grandma, and that's Harold's children there.
My dad worked 57 years for the Union Pacific Railroad before he retired. He never did retire, come to think of it. He died the day he worked. That's a whole bunch of us in Mother and Dad's backyard. My mother's still alive. That's my sister Betty and her 2 children.
That's Eddie.
Eddie, she's holding, and Mike beside him. He's a highway patrolman up there now, Mike is.
This is
Well, we're at a parade again.
24th of July parade in Salt Lake.
Bring in the Ute Rangers here. That's where Buck was president of that.
There's Pippi and...
Yeah, you notice Tippy's had one leg cut off now. He got caught in a corn husker, I guess it was. I don't know. He lost a leg.
Here's Bobby.
Letting the calf suck his thumb. I don't know what Dave was trying to do there.
Trying to get the calf to move someplace. That's Marion. Gave up, she said. Disgusted.
There's Sue
Susan
feeding the
feeding
calf.
the calf.
That kid right there now is about 6'7". That's his dad, Dick. That's when Dick got his hands burned. Notice his hands were bandaged? See him there?
Mm-hmm.
He was an electrician and he got his hands burned. Up on the job, they were running a line through the mountain. He's a high lineman, what he actually was.
That's Dick and Marion and David.
Their youngest son.
Some of these aren't very good pictures, are they?
Where are we at? Are we up at what's called Lake up there at
Avocado
Lake?
One of them. One of the lakes up there in Fresno.
A lot of water up in Fresno. Lots of water up in that area. Lots of lakes, canals. That's Mary Catherine, their daughter. Who was that?
Me?
Oh,
That's Marion sitting there on the rock, I think. There's Stephen with these little fish. And Bobby and Sue. kids all clowning. Marion will enjoy seeing all of these, won't she?
Yeah.
Now we're
That's Jerry and Phyllis,
back in
my
Utah.
younger brother and his wife.
This is July 1960 on vacation up in Salt Lake.
Every year somebody adds a baby.
That's Bobby holding David, Renee, and Bob's boy. There's my dad.
David's been on a mission, and he's over in Germany right now.
And my mother.
And Bob's mother. I'll tell you, we were the eatingest bunch you ever did see. That's Marge's sister at the end of the table. And I don't know who that is that was waving to you.
Me.
That wasn't you.
Sitting there with
That's
Bill
my
and Marge.
eldest sister. She passed on. Edith. That's Renee
And David.
and David.
And Bob.
That's her husband, Bob.
Mm,
That's Lyle Walquist, our brother-in-law. Papa and
Yeah.
Sean is
great-grandchild.
great-grandchild. There's the mama and papa of the great-grandchild.
This is down the Calico Mines. On the way back from vacation, we decided to take that little side trip up the Calico Mines, remember?
Yeah.
We had never been up there. I don't think we've been back since either. That's out there on the desert.
Between Barstow and, no, I guess it's out far.
It's right around Barstow and Yermo.
Yermo, yeah. There's our old buddy Oak. Now, him and I went to school together from kindergarten on.
Was this down at San Diego Zoo, or when they did, the year they come
Must
down?
have been because the
It
gorillas there.
was.
This is San Diego Zoo. That's the one when you said, what's that glass up there for? And I said, you better get behind it or you'll find out. That's quite a zoo, though. And there's Shirley and Oak. Which one of the kids is that, honey?
Peg.
That's Peg and Oak.
And Shirley and Bob and Peg when they were down on vacation.
We're at SeaWorld now, down there. See, that's the whale ringing the bell there.
With these flipper.
Let's see the size of that
Dolphins
sucker. These are dolphins jumping, yeah.
jumping up over the, jumping up to get the fish. That looks like the Shamu.
There's Shamu. He
Shamu
come up
the
there.
whale.
He got it. He's about 25 feet long. Now this is a little show they put on down there. The seals put it on. See him toss the balls back and forth? See him bounce that thing on his nose? Now he's gonna carry the umbrella. And the other seal's gonna tow him across the lake. Yeah, in the boat. Funny how you waste film on all this stuff, you know that?
Throwing the rings around.
Boy, did he jump out of the water. There's Grandma and Bobby.
Now this is sleigh riding on our vacation at Thanksgiving time. We went home up to Utah in 1960.
My kids weren't too experienced on sleighs, as you can see.
Didn't know too much about them, but they had a lot of fun up there in the snow that year. That looked like, was that Sue? No. There,
That's Sharon, isn't it?
that was Sue, I think. That's Bobby there. That's Carol. Isn't that Carol?
Yeah,
Your sister?
yeah.
There you are.
We took the whole neighborhood up here, didn't we?
No, I think just the relatives.
That's
Sharon and
Sharon
Ken.
there, yeah.
Well, I can't see who that is yet. This is up in Brighton.
That's Brent there eating, I can see that. As you can see, we all like to eat. Well, that was Oak and Shirley. They took us out there.
It's up in Brighton, yeah.
Yeah.
Riding the ski lift. There's Brent and Bobby. And Sue.
There's
and
Peg.
Peggy.
Way up in the air. Now we're at Marge's grandpa and grandma home in Salt Lake. As you notice, Dad's walking with a cane now. That's Afton and Jess's car. They come up. We were all there together. We're at the
This
parade
looks like
again.
the parade again.
Yeah, we're at a parade again.
Okay. There we are at the canyon with Bob and Shirley again.
Bob who?
Okeson.
Oh.
And that looks like up at Bear Lake, right?
It's
Yeah.
either Bear Lake or that dam down there
No, it's Bear Lake.
by your mother's, or by your...
Bear Lake in 1963. That was the year we all tried to get up on water skis the first time, remember?
Yeah, and I nearly drowned.
You never made it, and I never made it. The kids did. Sue got up there. She was doing real well. I can't tell who that is. Was that Frank that was up there?
I think it was Oak. Frank's running the boat. Pretty hard taking pictures of that boat bouncing around the way it is.
Hitting the waves. Making me seasick.
We had a lot of fun. Good, clean fun. Daddy's garden.
I don't know where that's at. That's the Logan Temple there. It must have been the temple grounds, probably, the flowers around the temple grounds there at Logan. Probably took Mom up there with us.
Well, there's Mom and you and I don't know who else.
Peggy Pedersen.
Pedersen.
That's Bobby. And this is out to Uncle Frank's, Mother's youngest brother, just younger, 2 years younger than she. That's Aunt Minnie. It's out in Oakley.
She don't know I'm taking that, or you'd never got her picture, I'll tell you that.
And that's Mother and Aunt Minnie. Aunt Minnie loved to raise flowers, as I said once before, and she was always giving Mother seeds. That's my mother and Uncle Frank.
Her brother.
Aunt Minnie made the best root beer. Oh, homemade root beer. And this is back at home in the backyard at Mother and Dad's. Whose baby does Sue have?
This is ours.
That's Elva. Maybe it was Renee's.
Chow hound there.
There's Frank and Verna, our good friends. And Shirley. And Oak. There's Frank and Verna. This must have been up at Bear Lake again. We used to always try and get up there. Frank had the boat, and
That's where Frank died, was up at Bear Lake.
yeah. It's like we kind of got the sun in the lens there or something.
That's Lauren Anderson.
Yeah, now we're up at the canyon. Where were we up at Green Valley? Was
Green
it?
Valley, Grass Valley.
Up with
The Andersons.
Andersons. Went up camping overnight.
There's Lynn.
And Sally.
Lauren and Sally come from Spanish Fork, Utah. And we met in Pomona. Become real good friends. He retired this year too.
He was principal of Westmont when he retired, I think.
Mm-hmm.
That looked like little Paul cutting the wood there, the little one. That's Lauren splitting some logs. Is that Kathy?
Yeah, that's there.
Kathy and Sue. And that's Lynn, and Mark, and Bobby.
Our eldest son had a crush on Lynn.
That's Brent and Lynn. Green Valley was the name of the place, honey. Up there in the San Bernardino Mountains.
Yeah,
That was in 1965.
Oh, that's his graduation.
This is Brent's graduation in 1965. Gee, we've covered quite a bit of ground, haven't we, on this film? From the time they were real small up until the time he graduated.
I feel much older.
Got a good picture of the bodies. I don't know how we cut the heads off so good.
They held their graduation at the Los Angeles County Fairgrounds. It makes quite a scenic deal.
There's the Sue's graduation in 1966.
Sue's married and got 2 children now.
The processional. And these were the last pictures we took with the movie camera.
Well, then you bought that other one.
Yeah, the Super 8. It was then the cartridge. That's Sue there at the back.
Is that Mark walking with her?
No, Mark didn't graduate till a year later. Looks almost like it could be Steve Escher, but I don't think it is. I don't know who she was walking by. She could probably tell you. Now that's up at the Oakland Temple. When we took our trip, remember 1966. This was the last trip we took together with our old family before Brent left on his mission in October of 1966.
And there's old Bobby Campbell.
We met Frank and Verna and their family, and Oak and Shirley and their family in San Francisco, remember?
Yeah, I remember.
And went all the way up the coast, up into Canada. We had a real good time. Time the kids have never forgotten.
That little tyke there is married and got a couple of kids now. Bobby.
Bobby Campbell.
Verna.
Trying to think, Steve, that's Steve, isn't it?
Steve Campbell, yeah.
Steve Campbell and Annette.
Annette.
And Brent.
That's what our boy looked like just before he left on his mission. There's Steve again. Annette's posing for us. That's our boy, Steve.
There's Bob.
Dave, huh? No,
What's the other boy's name? Verna's other boy. Can't think of his name right now. There's Sue. Combing my hair. Teasing it.
Lord, I don't think I'd ever forget them kids' names, but I have. There's old Uncle Buck.
That was when we parked and the kids got all dressed up to go into town. They were wanting to get all cleaned up.
That's the end of it.
Well, Dad, this is the story of our life on our pictures with our family all through the years, and it's sure been great. I have really appreciated the good times that we have had together, and I'm sure the kids have enjoyed it. They talk about it all the time.
Well, if I had anything to say to the children, especially the boys, take pictures of your family so you can enjoy them when you get older like we have enjoyed these pictures. We're sitting here in the Greens' home, recording this down here in Houston, Texas, on a beautiful Texas day. And we're indeed grateful to Gene and his family for taking the time of doing this for us.
We want you to know how much we love you all and hope that you keep your family close together like we have tried to keep our family close together. Anything else?
Thank you. No, I've had enough.